Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here. I'm going to do this commentary video for the Barbarian Invasion expansion for Rome Total War. And I'm going to record my commentary from the replay this time, that way you guys can see more close-ups. Because a lot of you don't know what these troops look like in the Barbarian Invasion expansion. So, we're going to do it this way. Map is the Greek Shores map, so the host here, he got to start on top of this little mountain piece, so that's why I'm putting my guys all the way up here so that I can compensate for this terrain differential. But the host, his name is HHfrosty. He commands the Romano Brits, and then way down here are the Huns. Yeah, both me and the Huns had this really crappy starting deployments. Actually, the Hun had an even worse deployment than me. But this is where the Hun player is going to be. His name is JENSSKIZOS, or something. We'll just call him that for now. But let me show you the armies here. This is my army and my final deployment. Look at this. These are my step horde chosen warriors. Behind them are my Goth raiders. Those are archers, basically. There's some Gothic warriors, and in the back I have my Goth noble warriors. Those are mounted cav. And here's the host's army. This is HHfrosty and his Romano British army. Let's show you these close-ups. These are the British legionnaires. As you guys know, when the Romans left, the British were still using, you know, some Roman weaponry and some tactics. It's kind of a nice fusion of Romano British cultures. Back here are the archers. They look okay. Nothing special about them. These are the Federati infantry. These are the barbarian units who fought for Rome. Well, in this case, for the Romano Brits. And over here are the Sarmatian auxilia. He has two of those guys, and then he has a bunch of these Grail Knights here. Those guys are awesome. Alright, let's go look at the Hunnic army here, commanded by JENSSKIZOS. I got his name wrong earlier. But yeah, the Huns in CWB rules, they get screwed. Because they have no foot archers, that means they are limited to just 2 horse archers, so they get the worst amount of missiles for any faction, which is ironic because they're the Huns. So if you like the Huns, historically speaking, be warned that you will get screwed when you play CWB rules with this faction. You can play no rules, like I'm happy to play against a no rules Hun army. I'm used to it. But yeah, here's his army, a lot of Hunnic heavy cav. He also has 2 units of the elite Hunnic warriors. These are your typical mounted warriors from the Huns. Then he has a bunch of these steppe swordsmen and some heavy spears over here too. That's his army. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm coming down on these Romano Brits here, HHfrosty, and you can see what I'm doing here. I started off right here, but right now I'm maneuvering above and behind him. That way I can put this Romano British player between me and the Huns, and that's going to force the Romano Brits to be fighting a two-front war. So I'm going to play strategically in this situation. By the way, this is a last man standing free-for-all. That's why I'm playing like this. Here you have to be the last man standing. Doesn't matter how many kills you get. As long as you're the last man standing, then you'll win. So yeah, I'm going to maneuver around this guy. I'm going to put him in a squeeze before the fight even starts. And look, the Hun player's coming too. Yeah, all these Grail Knights and Romano British legionnaires, they kind of intimidate me. So I'm going to put him in a bind immediately. So cool looking map here. Yeah, these Grail Knights, they're basically like super tanks. Kind of like cataphracts. His archers. So I see him in position with his archers, so I'm gonna race my Goth raiders into position too, so that my guys can start the skirmish round here. My guys should have the missile edge because they have a slight hill advantage here. See this? Yep, they're firing. So let's do as many close-ups as possible. And I'm just going to walk these steppe horde chosen warriors into position since they don't need to run anymore. I'm going to bide my time because time's on my side. the longer this guy takes to get into combat, the worse it is for him, because as he waits longer, the Huns get closer. So he's moving up, or the Hun player is moving up his cav right now. So with a little bit of maneuvering, you can really screw an opponent over. But this is when I start to get second thoughts about waiting. I see his legionnaires coming, and I know they have the javelins, like any kind of Roman army would. So what I want to do is close the distance really fast with his infantry, with my infantry. That way I can reduce the amount of javelins that get thrown at my foot soldiers. For some reason he was compelled to switch to the flaming missile round. Not sure why he did that, but he did. So he's going to advance his legionnaires. I feel like I'm fighting King Arthur here. But yeah, this guy's advancing his legionnaires. And I'm going to start moving up my infantry too. Well, in a minute. Look at those blades on my dudes. They look kind of like orc warriors, don't they? Alright, I see his Grail Knights coming. Like, you can just feel the ground like shaking as they roar forward. Of course, I'm just making that part up, but it makes it more dramatic. So yeah, I'm using these Gothic warriors here. Very infamous opponents by Rome. All right, this is when he starts to move again, and I take this opportunity to just charge down. Here, now they're charging, and I just want to reduce the amount of javelins he throws. So I'm gonna smack right into him. Look at that ruckus, guys. So it says his guys are actually, oh, it says my guys are winning right now. But this is when he swings his cav into action. So he's moving up his Sarmatian Auxilia here. And look at his frontal assault. I thought that was a stupid idea. But it turns out it's actually destroying my lines here. See that? My guys are losing now. And now he's gonna outflank me on this side. And look how he's tearing through my men. Look at that. He did that with a frontal charge. Right through his own men. So right now, this guy's tearing up my army with what I consider to be clumsy assaults by his Grail Knights. So I'm just going to come down under countercharge. So right now, I'm getting my butt handed to me. But this is when the Hun player comes into combat, and he starts charging from behind with all of his Hun cav. So he starts to save my situation, whether he meant to or not. But yeah, I have lots of my own troops are routing right now. Well, until the Hun player came in. So my guys are free to wreak havoc on these legionnaires and the Grail Knights, who were previously beating me, but not for long. Now I'm beating him, and now my guys are in combat with the Huns now. See this? So what started off as a Gothic Romano British battle is now a Hunnic Gothic battle. So look at the Romano British troops all in retreat here. And I'm going to send in my Gothic noble warriors to hunt down these units here. This guy's Grail Knight survived, and I'm going to give chase for a little bit. But here's the new situation. I've got these Huns at my footsteps now. And Frosty's Romano British army kind of just disappeared after that Hunnic assault from behind. And I'm going to charge down into these Romano British troops here. I just want to destroy them before they come back. And here he charges the backs of my Gothic noble warriors, and then he routs them. That's JENSSKIZOS, or JENSSKIZOS. Sorry, I keep getting his name mixed up. I'm going to charge these guys from behind here. These British legionnaires. And they break. So yeah, the Hun is going to reform his lines, and I'm going to reform my lines here too. Like, I was really getting screwed up by Frosty's Romano British army until the Huns came in. But I don't think the Hun player meant to save my situation, but he did. So right now I'm giving chase here with some of my noble warriors. I want to chase down his Grail Knights. These are the Grail Knights of Frosty. And I get tired chasing them, so I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to chase these guys. These are Federati. They're spears. So this guy's harassing me with his Hunnic elite warriors here. doing the classical Hunnic thing, the shooting with his arrows. Here I'm going to take on this guy's. This is Frosty's Federati. Try to get a rear charge, but these guys turned around in time, so I got out of there before my losses became too great. So I see these Federati coming closer, and then they start to retreat. That's when I decide to just take him down. I don't want them getting into the mix when I fight the Huns. So I'm going to peel off 2 units of Gothic Noble Warriors. And I'm determined to just eliminate this unit. And his Grille Knights are too far to help. And there's probably too few too, so I'm just going to charge from behind. If he turns around, he's dead. Well, actually, not really. It's catch-22 there. He was dead anyways. So my Gothic Noble Warriors here gain experience. And here I was kind of, torn between chasing this Grille Knight here or reassembling my army in time to meet this Hunnic threat. So I decided the Huns were the bigger threat. And I can deal with the Grille Knights later on. So I'm going to get my guys into position here. So yeah, my infantry is badly beaten right now from the Romano Brits. See, this unit's down to 42. This one's pretty healthy. They're at 78. This one's at 61. This one's at 29. This one's even... Well, this one's at 29 too. This one over here is at 18. So I still have my foot archers here. I'm going to pepper those Huns before they get close to me. Try to weaken them a little bit. So yeah, for Barbarian Invasion, I don't really like the CWB rules just because it screws the Huns over. Because this is nothing at all what a Hun army should look like. Having 2 archer units as the Huns is kind of lame. So yeah, that's why I like letting my Hunnic opponents to use a full-powered Hun army. Anyway, this guy's coming right at me. Look at all this infantry he has. Once again, another Lord of the Rings look-alike contest here. These guys look like the orcs now. But I'm going to charge down here. See this? I'm going to charge at them, even though I have less troops, but I do have the hill advantage here. So I'm going to take my chances with this frontal charge going downward. And I'm going to peel my cav off. So it's kind of do or die now. I have less numbers than my opponent here. So I can try to crash and try to destroy these Hunnic heavy cav. So look at this big fight all around here. And these guys get a free hand here because these Hunnic elite warriors were chasing down that general unit right there of the Romano Brits. He probably should have focused on me though.
Now they may turn and run.
So
attack! Attack!
Frosty lost his general, but looks like JENSSKIZOS is going to lose his army. So I break through over here, and that's when I start to roll down this guy's flanks here. All these Huns are in full retreat. Only the center of the Hunnic infantry is still intact. It says they're winning, but at this time, I'm in position to just outflank them and encircle them. So I'm even rushing down my archers. I want them to contribute to this combat. They're going to come down with their butter knives here. Oh, look at that. That's funny. I lost my general when the battle's almost over. Kind of tragic. But, oh well. This guy's going to charge me with his Hunnic elite warriors. He manages to rout my chosen warriors here. But this is where I have to pile all my remaining troops into this mix. And I'm going to just form a wall and just beat back those horse archers. That's all they are, is horse archers. It doesn't matter how elite they are, they're still horse archers. So they're not really made for this kind of combat. So anyways, I see these steppe swordsmen. They came back from routing. So I'm just going to continue to bulldoze them. He has some more swordsmen back here. And I'm going to continue to charge right through these guys. And over here, these are the Grille Knights of Frosty. He might have lost a general, but he managed to survive. And I guess he hates the Huns, because he's going to hunt them down. So no more fun in the sun for those Huns. But rest assured, I will get these Grille Knights as well. So these guys will never be able to find the Grail as they've been seeking the long lost Grail of whoever. So these guys are trying to get away. But they were able to get some revenge on those Huns. But yeah, I'm gonna keep chasing over here. And over here, I caught these Hun warriors. These Hunnic elite warriors. Those are the horse archers. I managed to catch them. They break. Oh wait, most of them broke. These guys are about to break too. Boom.
This is no longer a battle. This is
And I also caught this unit of Grail Knights.
Coward chase.
So, Frosty still has these troops of British Legionnaires. Looks like they were tossing their javelins at my routing units back there, but that's fine. I see these caped warriors coming down at me. Sorry, I think I'm losing my voice, or my mouth is really dry. But yeah, I got 2 units in the immediate vicinity, and I'm going to activate them. Gothic warriors and Gothic noble warriors. Let's watch this ruckus. Boink.
This is no longer
There you go.
a battle.
That's the end.
This is a hunt. No, a coward chase.
So this was a last man standing battle, and I appear to be the last man standing. And I managed to get the most kills in too. Very good battle. Like, I thought I was going to lose this battle when I was fighting Frosty. But then the Huns came in. The Huns got greedy. They wanted some of that action too. And in doing so, they saved my position, which in turn meant their doom, because when the Huns took out the Romano Brits, that enabled me to regroup and rallying back to beat the Huns. Very good battle to everybody, and hope you guys enjoyed this commentary video for the Barbarian Invasion expansion.